Welcome back. The Big Bad Podcast. I'm your host. So, Killer Cam has resurrected a talking point from Floyd Mayweather, from Smokey Robinson. James Brown said, I'm black and I'm proud. That's where we come from. But it's deeper than what he said, so I'm getting to it. So Killer Cam announced that he's not an African, as he should. But he said he considered himself Black American. Now, this is the thing about considering yourself a Black American, Cam. I got a few questions. Is your family from or derived from the Emancipation Proclamation of America on both sides? At least 3 of your grandparents, right? Because you could be half Dominican, you could be half Jamaican, you could be part, I'm saying. Like, I myself have a grandparent that's half Jamaican. My dad's mom's half Jamaican, half Black American. But my mom's side is, his dad is, African American from Virginia. She's from Coconut Grove, Florida. And my mom's side is, North Carolina, and my grandfather's from Florida also, right? Everyone derived from slavery and more specific, the transatlantic slave trade of America. Now, we don't know what Cam's real ethnicity is. He said he considered himself. Anyone born here or was here for generations can consider themselves a Black American, technically. An African can have a grandkid, and that grandkid can identify as a Black American, you know what I'm saying? Because the culture he brought up in. That's not necessarily true. Now, Malcolm X said, just because a cat had babies in an oven doesn't make them biscuits. Which means a kitten is a kitten no matter where it's born at. An African is an African no matter how many generations it's here until it breeds with an American. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a half American, half African, you have half Jamaican, half African, because these are different nationalities and different ethnic groups, right? If you have the lineage that derives from the Emancipation Proclamation, you are a Black American. You also was considered a colored first, a Negro, African American, and now we are Black. But we was Black since the 70s. James Brown made it popular. I'm black and I'm proud. That's when the gays jacked that movement. They gay and they proud now. All this weird shit, right? This is something I want to address. We can't. It's deeper than identifying, my nigga. It's a being. You have to be Black American. An African who was born here 2 generations is not it's not a Black American. A dark Dominican born here, even though he can't speak Spanish, it's not a Black American. It's still a Dominican. Those are still Africans. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with me now. You see the problems he go through with Jim Jones? Even though that was your man from day one, he's all emotional and weird. He's the Arubian Puerto Rican mix. He puts his antenna on, he got with Def Jam, so they're acting all weird and shit. He's a Dominican nigga, right? And now this nigga, all his teeth was gone and shit. I seen a picture of him and Jim Jones. They look like a crackhead and dope fiend. I wanted to give one of them niggas a fucking rag to wash my motherfucking car. These niggas look real fucking bad. See, you got these immigrant niggas, and these niggas became fucking weirdos. These niggas ain't aged well either, by the way. Congratulations, you look better than both these weirdo ass niggas, because then they because Jim Jones like a crackhead, Joel Santana like a dope fiend. Like, I literally wanted to get him to $20 to wash my motherfucking car, in and out, exterior. You know what I'm saying? You know how they lace your shit. Like I had these niggas in my hood. I ain't gonna say their names because, like, they kids is like, you know what I'm saying, my age and shit, but the niggas is clean the fucking car and shit, wash the rims and the inside and all that shit. I was only give them $20. That's who the fuck Jim Jones and fucking Jim Jones and fucking Santana look like. Them look like a fucking a crackhead and a goddamn dope fiend. Niggas is losers. Anyway, you put these niggas on, you being a Black American, putting niggas on, immigrant niggas who really don't deserve it. That's what we dealing with all these niggas. All these niggas get in position because of us, because of our culture, not because of the Dominican culture or Puerto Rican culture or Arubian culture. Jim Jones, Arubian or Panamanian, but it's because of a Black American culture, because of your talent and your good heartedness. I mean, courtesy of Mace what you on. I'm saying, these niggas, turned on you and shit. That's what all these immigrant niggas do. They all put our clothes on. They all, use our vernacular, our slang, and our culture to get on, and they fucking shit on us. That's what we dealing with. That's how you Black and them two niggas is not. Jim Jones is not Black. He's a Latino. Santana is not black. He's a fucking Latino. Even if they half black, they're not black. They're still Latino. And the other side always be on some traitor, infiltrating, turn on you shit. They have no fucking loyalty. That's what we're dealing with. This motherfucker dressing like it's fucking 2000 motherfucking 4. Motherfucker, I'm from West Virginia. I know a motherfucking crackhead and the dope fiend when I see one. Them niggas crackheads. They're dope fiends. Them niggas is junkies. You had beef with Melissa Ford, who's not an American. You identify that. See how weird she was acting? The bitch forgot she's so pussy. The iced tea in the bathroom when she's a waitress. The bitch these immigrant bitches be selling pussy. Keep that in mind, right? You see how you helped blow Queen's flip up. Then he got with Joe Buttons and he shitted on you. He went to return that favor. Remember that? He's a Jamaican. Even Joe Button himself, right? He identifies as a Black American, African American, even though his mom is Puerto Rican. There is no way you are fucking a Black American if your mom is Puerto Rican. That nigga's not black either. He is a Latino. He grew up in Latino culture. If his mom, he grew up with his mom raised him, that would make that nigga a fucking Puerto Rican. And he too is a weirdo. Alcoholic, abused women, abused drugs, bisexual nigga. Boring ass podcast. They got a podcast and he used that against you with the Jamaican nigga, with the Canadian bitch. See what I'm saying? Flip and Mr. Floyd. You see what I'm saying? These immigrant motherfuckers all coming together just for clicks and views. No virtue, no value. It's not bringing nothing to the culture, but is using the culture. Joe Button ain't coming doing fucking salsa music. He ain't coming doing fucking merengue. These motherfuckers come in doing our shit, looking like us, talking like us. Not as good as us. Though Joe Button could rap like a motherfucker though. But about what? He has no fucking street experiences. The nigga's a fucking cornball. And that's what we dealing with, Killer Cam. These niggas are consistently, opposition. Think about it. Joe Buttons, Latino nigga. Jim Jones, Latino nigga. Santana, Latino nigga. Queen's Flip, Jamaican nigga, Caribbean niggas. All these niggas are Caribbean niggas. Puerto Rico is Caribbean shit. You know what I'm saying? These niggas paternal. And let's be clear, I am not saying Puerto Rican niggas and all Dominicans act and behave like that. I'm just saying I seen them act like that before in other situations and circumstances. So I kind of will assume they will act like that. But let's be clear, I was in prison with some Dominican niggas and some Puerto Rican, not Dominicans, some Puerto Rican niggas who are solid. Like when I was in prison, a lot of Puerto Rican niggas was gay. They do gay and fruity shit. But there was some that wasn't none of that going on. And there was some who wouldn't even allow that shit too. But for the most part, Puerto Ricans was gay when I was in jail. It was just, anytime a trainee come around or again, the Puerto Rican niggas was on it. Not saying all of them. But when a Puerto Rican is solid, he's solid as fuck. This is silent as anybody. Like a Mexican. When a Mexican is silent, this is silent as anybody. If not more. That exists. But, nigga, it's weird. The Latinos can get a little fucking weird. That's all I'm saying. No disrespect. But they all identify, they all say they black. You know what I'm saying? These niggas not black. You're black, they're not. And that's the problem. See, the people you have the most problem with is always going to be others who consider themselves black too. These people is not black. Jim Jones is not black. Queen's Flip is not black. You know what I'm saying? Marissa Ford is not black. Academics is not black. These weirdos are exactly what they are. Weirdos. Now I ain't calling everybody who's not Black American weirdos. And I'm not saying Black Americans don't have our own weirdos. We do. The thing about Black Americans and people who identify as black, who really are immigrants, they're never on code. They never have our experiences. Hear me out. Every immigrant in America feels they can have the American dream. That's from the Irish, Italian, the Jewish, the African, the Indian, the Chinese man. They all come here with the same thing. They have the same thing in common. The American dream. Me and you know the American nightmare. We know slavery. We know KKK. We know them fucking regentrifying our communities. We know them demolishing our communities. We know them burning down our communities. We know them bombing our communities. We know them policing our communities. We know them putting AIDS in our communities. We know them putting crack in our communities, putting heroin in our communities. We know them for taking our fathers, sending grandfathers, taking them to Vietnam, sending them back shell shock. We know them for mass incarcerating our friends and our fathers and our elders. This is what we know. We know about getting shot from police by being unarmed. But we also know by not getting shot by police when we kill somebody and when we arm. Cops never seem to kill killers, right? They always kill the innocent blacks and children, right? This our American experience. See what divides us from continental Africans, because I know people are saying, you're African too. You African too. You got self-hate. You African too. Yeah, some. I'm definitely part African. But I want Cam to know, and everybody who's listening to know, that we're not just African. When we came here, there was already dark natives here already. They both was considered Negro. The black slaves was Negro. The natives here was classified as Negro. Let's be clear. That's why all of us could trace, I'm Indian, I got Indian here, yada, yada, yada. Because we all are part Native Americans. Think about the Redskin sign, my nigga. Think about the Redskin sign. That's a fucking dark ass sign. You don't see Indians that color, do you? Nah, but we have people in our ancestry, our great grandparents and grandparents who look exactly like that, right? Hold that thought. Now, people might say we're African, and that's true to a degree, but we also are natives to this land. So yes, we're not, see, some people like say we're immigrants too, because we came here on a boat too. Difference is, between slaves and other immigrant groups, slaves didn't have a choice. Every immigrant decided to come here. They decided to abandon their families, their lineage, and their people buried in their land. All these civilizations they allegedly came from, all this great Prince of Amunda shit in Africa, and whatever the fuck they come from, whatever their world country they come from, to come here. And when they come here, they all allow to eat off us. The Chinese men get to come in the community. The Asians get to sell not only fentanyl and they get to monopolize on pussy. See, they come here, you know what I'm saying, to have, Chinese stores and shit and all that shit too, and spas and shit, but they also get to sell pussy. You from Harlem, you know this. And also, Africans like to sell incense and bootleg shit on 125th Street. So Kim, you know all this shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know the same shit that goes on in Connecticut goes on in motherfucking Harlem. You know what I'm saying? You know about Dominican niggas. You know how they got a muscle on cocaine. And you know how Chinatown be the plug on, you know what I'm saying? Shit they be plug on. I don't give too much up, but they sell hella pussy. The Asians get to sell hella pussy, and they get to open up shop in our communities, on our proximity. You know what I'm saying? In our country. While we get criminalized for everything, we get indicted for everything, these motherfuckers get to run mass markets of crime. Not only open up shop, the bodegas and these stores and the hair shops and the gas stations, but they get to do shit we don't get to do. We get RICO for everything we fucking do. You know what I'm saying? They don't get the RICO charges. They don't get, nigga, I told niggas before, nigga, I was in Welly Avenue when the police came to get their motherfucking money. I was in an Asian spot, getting my neck sucked. I told niggas this on other podcast. Nigga, that goes on. They get to pay shit while we get to get charges and shit, and we have to pay lawyers and pay for bonds and all this shit. They just get to pay them and keep the business rolling. Look at these privileges immigrants get. That's all we different. That's why we are black. Black means blackballed, blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? We are blacklisted from society, blacked out. That's what being black means. The black market. We gotta make our own black markets. The Harlem Renaissance. We have to make our own speakeasies. Our own economy. Even if it's drugs, hustling. The Car Monty. How niggas do craps, numbers. We have to build our own societies so we can get money on the black market because the real market doesn't really allow us. That's what being black is. Set up shop, the Arab, get a set up shop at the gas stations, the Koreans with their weave shops, the Indians from India with their motels, Dominicans get to have a monopoly on cocaine via the Colombians, you know what I'm saying? And Mexicans, they get to have a monopoly on even on crime, cocaine and shit. But they get to set up shop, you know. And Mexicans get to get landscaping businesses and shit. Puerto Ricans get to get bodegas. Africans don't really come to do shit, but they come to get education and be nurses, and you know they get to come be, you know, productive people and shit, Uber drivers and shit, musty ass, some musty motherfuckers too. And everyone gets to come here and benefit from the black community, not giving shit to the black community, because we are the consumers. We was made the consumers. But I want you to know, every immigrant that comes here with a gas station or a hotel or any opportunity is supposed to be for black Americans. They're not supposed to have them positions because they didn't earn it. None of them fuck with us. They all get to identify as white. They all get to move amongst white. They all kiss white ass. None of them shake the boat. You never heard of a Caribbean revolution in America? I mean, the Haiti talk all that French Revolution shit and how we owe them. Well, we don't owe them shit because we didn't know what the fuck they was doing. When we had a fucking 1,500 revolutions in America, when we had Seminole Wars and Negro Wars in America, we was kicking ass in America, when we fought in all the wars. And we had all types of rebellions and revolts in America by the thousands. In the 1960s themselves, we had all types of racial riots. In the early 1800s, we had a bunch of racial riots where everyone went against us. All the immigrants went against us. We had no allies. You never heard of a Puerto Rican riot. You never heard of a Jamaican riot, a Haiti riot, a African riot in America, and you never will. You know why? Because they would get deported, they would get criminalized, and they would get the fuck out of here. And none of them want to go back to these shitholes. Difference from us is we fight for more rights. The problem is when we fight for rights, the white people make sure that we don't get it, and they make sure that immigrants get our position. The first black president, Obama's an African. The first black president of Harvard is a Haitian bitch, Claudine Gay, who married a white man. The first vice president, the black vice president, is Kamala Harris, who's an Indian and Jamaican, who married a white man. All those spots were supposed to be black Americans because we fought for these rights. We fought for the right to vote. We fought for the right to fuck white bitches. We fought for the right to move in the white communities. We fought for the rights to patronize white establishments, which was a big mistake on the behalf of MLK. But, you know, I covered that already. Check my content out. Now, we fought for all those things, but we don't benefit. Black Americans are still in the projects. Haitians, Caribbeans, and Indians get to live amongst white people. Do you know what I'm saying? You never see no Haitians in the projects, really. I mean, you see some, or Africans in the projects. You see some. You might see one or two. It's always exceptions to the rules. But for the most part, they don't live amongst us. Do you know what I'm saying? Jamaicans are a little different. We fuck with Jamaicans. Jamaicans could kind of consider themselves black until they off cold. See, but anyone, they all get the benefits from the black Americans. But once they get them, they identify their nationality first. See, our nationality is American. We don't put up no other flag. These others do. And that's treason. That should be against the law to put up any flag in America, but that's my opinion. And that's any true American opinion. But these shithole people from Asia to the Caribbean to Africa, even the fucking shithole Europeans get to wave their flag in our country. Blasphemous, right? When they get benefits from us, they don't consider themselves blacks. Claudine Gay was considered a Haitian. Kamala Harris was considered an Indian when they got in positions. But since they're doing bad and they decline, they become black. Also, black women. You don't support black women. No, we support black women. The problem is those fucking immigrants are taking black women's spaces. Every degree, you know how they say that Nigerians are the most educated and the most prosperous blacks in America? They're not black at all, right? But it's how to say they're the most successful, you know, amongst you know, the umbrella of black, which that's a whole different thing. The problem is this: not one of the Nigerians deserve any degree because they didn't fight for it. The black Americans fought for that in the civil rights, aka the Negro rights, aka the black American rights. But somehow, after we got our rights, during the 1965 Immigration Act, these immigrants could come here and get to cut the line because white people know that we are a threat, they are not. Won't none of these immigrants rock the boat. Won't none of these niggas Because for one, they have no contribution to this country. They have no investment to this country. They haven't fought. They have no bones buried in this country. So they don't want to deal with us directly because they ain't comfortable around us. See, around an African, a white person could say the word nigger and be like, oh, no offense to you, but you know, not you, the other types. They can say nigger amongst these people. Amongst Indians, white people can say niggers because none of them are offended because it don't apply to them. You know what I'm saying? And because secretly they going, you different, and they think they different anyway. They know they can't say that shit amongst Black Americans because that's a fight on sight, and it may be a 187. It could get real ugly. We are more violent than other groups. We are more dangerous to other groups, and we don't worship white people like other groups. We don't worship white women, nigga. We don't worship them bitches. We fuck them, we sluck them, we run trains on them, nigga. We, you know what I'm saying, we do the rockets, we piss on them, we make them toss our salad. We do all types of it because these bitches down for whatever. As opposed to Africans who don't get no pussy at all, but when they come here, they dream of white women. They see all these bitches on, you know, all these magazines, you know, they bleach their skin. You know, Africans bleach their skin and shit, you know what I'm saying? Every African woman wants to bleach their skin and be lighter. Every African woman has a raggedy ass weave or a raggedy wig. Every African come here and usually he wants a white woman. If not another African, sometimes I'm saying, but we don't worship white people. We don't kiss their ass. You have white settlers in Africa right now whooping African asses. You don't see that here. You see us whooping ass. Or you see us pulling up when we don't whoop ass. Okay, he got one of us. You see us pulling up at their houses. And you have Asian men whooping African ass. You ain't never see a Asian whoop a Black American ass. And you won't see a Asian whooping a Black American ass. Because an Asian can't whoop a Black. All that Kung Fu shit don't mean nothing. That's movie shit. These people, these immigrants, these non-Black Americans are not us. And to be truthful with you, Killer Cam, a lot of them Africans who come here are descendants who sold our descendants. So they're descendants of slave catchers and all that shit. Keep this in mind when you see these motherfuckers. Well, these West Africans, they're descendants of people who sold our people. We can't trust these motherfuckers. Because even my great-grandfather enemy is my enemy. Spit shit on the rug. That's why I'm for white people like that, nigga. I mean, we can be civil and cool, but a white person, they always know it's always undermining tension. Not that we did it, but we've been through so much. We ain't fucking around with these people. We don't certain jokes we don't play with around these people. That immigrant African will allow. See, the thing is, they come here and they benefit off everything we do. Think about Akon. Akon can't get rich with his corny ass culture, with his music, with his dress. That shit is appalling. He have to take our culture and, culture vulture of our shit and appropriate our culture to get success. The same with any of these rappers. Think about all the rappers right now. That's the top rappers right now. None of them are Black American. Drake, not a Black American. 21 Savage, not a Black American. Ice Spice, not a Black American. Cardi B, not a Black American. Nicki Minaj, not a Black American. Like, all these people are mediocre others, and they're watering down our culture. Just like twerking. Twerking, nigga, we was here. Twerking didn't come to the late 90s, early 2000s. We was here the whole time, and twerking never existed. But, once these immigrants came here, I'm saying a lot of degenerate shit is from these immigrants. They're African, or they're Nigerian, or they're Haitian, or they're Indian, or they're whatever they are when they doing good. But see, the good goes to them. We don't get credit for the good shit. The minute they fall from grace, they want to be Black again. The minute they shoot up something or do some derogatory shit, they're Black again. See, we get their negative shit. We don't get on their positive shit. Like, all the Black on Black crimes, like in LA, for example. They say a lot of Black on Black crime. A lot of them are Belizean. A lot of the rolling 30s, rolling 40s. Them niggas are, Belizean. So every crime they do, it goes to Black on Black crime. When Jamaicans kill somebody, it goes to Black on Black crime. When a goddamn African weirdo do some shit, it goes to Black on Black crime. It builds the crime rate it make our numbers look more negative than what they are. See, that's why we got to divide from all of them, because if you take away all the immigrants from our group, this is going to happen. Crime on our behalf, I think this is going to drop. They're going to look suspicious. Now, they won't have our contributions, our investment, because a lot of these people get to be amongst white people and act like they come from great men like Dr. Martin Luther King, like they come from Malcolm X, like they come from Elijah Muhammad, like they come from W.E.B. Du Bois, like they come from Huey P. Newton, like they come from Angela Davis, like they come from Bobby Seale, like they come from Frederick Douglass, like they come from Harriet Tubman, like they come from Sojourner Truth, like they come from the Rosa Parks, like they come from anybody that made America and black people look good and great and strength and respectable. They get to act like they're one of us amongst white people. They get to be the revolutionary friend when it really they from Nigeria or for some other shit, and they really have no contribution to this, not only to America, but they have contribution to society with 500 years. It seems like Africa ain't been great since they sold us to Americans. Think about it. Africa used to be the cradle of civilization, the peak of civilization. All Europeans wanted to be like the Africans. Once they sold us, America became the greatest civilization. We was the architects. We built the music, culture of America. Like, we literally came to America and got a pop as far as culture go, as far as influence. And they sold us. Like, they selectively picked a group of people that came to America, and now we have the biggest influence of the world, the Black American. We have the most power. I ain't saying the most power, but we have the most influence, the most charisma, as far as the contribution to science, music, culture, literature, as far as movies, as far as everything you could think of, sophisticated and that's influential, Africa sold to the Americans and got us, and now we are the product. We are way more charismatic and we are way more advanced than Africans. If Africans would have sold us, they would have had refrigerators, they would have the light, they would have had fucking electricity, they would have had heat, they would have had AC, they would have had fucking washer and dryers, they would have had the mop wringer, they would have had all types of science and medical contributions that we invented. Now they got to come here after they sold us, right, to get the benefits that they sold. Ever since Africa sold us to the Europeans as slaves, Africa lost its usefulness as far as influence and popularity, and we made so much shit pop when we was here. It was like this small group of African slaves that created so many cultures, so many genres of music, so many medical contributions, so many scientific contributions, so many inventions. The telephone, the light bulb, plumbing, electricity, the toilet, the microphone, different genres of music, rap, gospel, jazz, R&B, grunge, country, doo-wop. Then we have Motown, Death Row, Bad Boy, Rockefeller, Def Jam, Fubu, Carcanai, Cross Color, things pop, champagne, Timberlands. We make everything fashionable, stylish. Though we don't benefit from it. We make other people rich, but we are the market. We are the face that make things pop, that make everything popular. Africa got to compete with us and catch up with us. They sold us, and now they got to compete with us. They can't compete with us, and that's why they be so jealous of us. That's why they don't get along with us, because they think they better than us, but yet they not. We was the best of them. We are the best of Africa. We are Africa's greatest hits. Now they mad because they can't get their royalties back. They can't get their masters back. They can't get their ownership back. Now they got to keep up. They hate us because we're better than them. Not far as, like, I ain't saying we better humans, but we better as far as contributions, as far as inventions, even being athletes. We be fucking tearing Olympics up. We be tearing shit up. Races, we tear everything up. We are the best in every category. If white supremacy didn't exist, we'd be the supreme beings. We are the supreme beings. Ain't that weird? Africa don't fuck with us, but fuck them. We're better than them. It's like 54 fucking countries combined can't fuck with 5 million people. A billion plus people in Africa can't fuck with the 5 billion Black Americans that's here. In 500 years. 500 years in, we've been slaves. They wasn't even slaves. They've been colonized, but they haven't been oppressed like we are. They still had a freedom. I mean, they still the majority where they from. We're the minority here. We got so much shit popping with nothing. We did the most with nothing. Under the most strenuous fucking conditions, we did the most. We shined the brightest. That's why they hate us. That's why they don't fuck with us. What we do effortlessly, they got to try so hard to do. Because we the best of Europe and we the best of fucking Africa. And that's why they don't fuck with us. 500 years. We done invented the phone. We done invented the light bulb. You know what I'm saying? Lewis Lattimore. We done invented the AC, the heating condition. We done invented color TV. We done invented cataract surgery, heart surgery. We done divided twins. We done did so much. The first vaccines is something a Black American did here. Like, we did so much in society within 200 years. We did so much as a group, as a collective group that makes us elite. The problem is when you say Black people, it looks like everyone get to take our credit. Like, we say black say, no. This one ethnicity of 41 to 50 million people did more than the other billion Blacks, or who consider themselves Blacks, African, Caribbean, and Indian, all that shit. We did more than them. They come here to our schools to learn that what we did. They come to be doctors that on professions that we learn. Though we don't control it, but we invented all this shit that they have to learn and can make a profit from. That really, every time they get a degree, they take from us. Because every time they got affirmative action, what they benefited from, it took from us. They didn't deserve it. We fought for us to get affirmative action. Now for an immigrant to get affirmative action. Like Vivek Ramaswamy, his parents came here and got motherfucking affirmative action. He got affirmative action. Now he want to sit on affirmative action because he don't want all the Blacks to get it. See, these people are puppets of white supremacy. Let me explain. They have no beef with white America or white people. Actually, they idolize them. They have white Jesus all through their homes, right? They don't mind being COINTELPRO. They don't mind infiltrating and blending in with us just to, shit on us. They don't mind being in places, right? High places, fucking it up so we can look bad to the world. It's like, oh, this Black. Nah, this ain't Black. They're not Black. Those people are other shit and they fucking our name up. So you right to want to identify, as a Black. But the question is, are you Black? Is your grandparents from the South? And did they derive from slavery in America? At least 3. Some people say at least 1. I say 3. I say you gotta have because and you gotta be raised in a house with the Black American. Like all that mulatto shit, I don't consider mulattoes Black. I don't consider these people Black at all. Especially if they raised by the white side. Culturally, you're not Black culturally. See, it's one thing to be Black, genetically, but you're not Black culturally. And it's the problem. The comedian Killer Pill, those dudes are not Black culturally, but they're Black genetically. The problem is they get to pretend like they Black and make a living over stereotypes because they want to appease white people, because really they grew up amongst white people. Really, white people shit on them, but they don't relate to us. So what they do is make fun of themselves and their culture because they could. Really, it's to form a blackface, but since they're Black, they could do it. Like a lot of Caribbeans do this too. Matter of fact, the actor Stephen Fetcher, right? Lincoln Theodore Moreau Perry. He got 4 fucking names. He's a Jamaican descendant, but he made a living off stereotyping Black Americans. All that. See, these people don't mind, eating chicken, dancing. Like you see the dancing grooving gorilla. That nigga's like Nigerian nigga. He's all big and fluffy, big diesel nigga dancing, eating chicken. See, these people don't mind being stereotypes. They have no fucking integrity. They don't mind being entertainment for white people because because in their own country they fucking dancing for fucking food and they fucking happy. See them little dusty ass kids you be seeing doing all these dances for chicken and shit to little goofy ass little kids. They grow up to be goofy ass adults and they come here and they exploit that shit. Caribbean motherfuckers. They come here and they don't mind doing anything because they do anything for money. It's one bitch, right? Diamond the Body. This whore admitted to sleeping with 2,000 men. And she want to tell people what's a high value man and what jobs high value men have. Keep in mind, this bitch is Jamaican, right? See, Jamaicans and Caribbeans, not all of them, piece of the ones that's cool, who's on cold, but for the most part, I gotta say these groups, y'all gotta own y'all, because every group gotta own their own shit, because I'm tired of y'all putting that shit on us, right? So this bitch, Diamond the Body, who has no body, body's awful, she's disgusting looking, she smell like burnt weave and abortions. This bitch admittedly slept with 2,000 people at that time. It's more now. And she ain't count the women. She's dancing, going around saying what a high value man is and what they jobs is. Let me tell you something about this bitch. She come from a low value country. Jamaica's a low value country. Talk about the crime, the rape, the fucking bitches who fucking don't know their real fathers in Jamaica. That shit is high as ever. It's way higher than America. Matter of fact, there should be a stereotype for like, the fucking Maury show. The Maury show, they go to fucking Jamaica and do a whole new fucking nigga. The Maury blow the fuck up, they'll go crazy, right? Because Jamaican people don't know who the fuck their fathers. They don't have the DNA and technology to find out who their real fathers is. Because these are, you know what I'm saying, degenerate people. So she's in America, a high value country. She's from a third world country, a low value country. There's probably nobody in her culture, in her country, that's high value. She don't know what high value is. She think, see, anybody in America go to her country, they're high value. See, she don't know what high value is. She think high value means high value in money because she's a prostitute. These Caribbeans and these people from other countries are prostitutes, especially like the Dominican Republic. They come here, these bitches be prostitutes. They come here and they get all hossidity. You know what I'm saying? They get all hossidity because opportunities that Black Americans fought for and, the shit we do, they get the benefit from. Like, not proud of it, but, Black Americans, started, strippers and, all that shit. That's a Black American thing, even Americans selling pussy, you know what I'm saying? Prostitution's the oldest, trade, but they come here and they sell pussy and they get to appropriate Black American culture. Rap became the easiest shit to do for everybody. Everybody can get rich and famous for rapping now, which is ridiculous. None of them have skill. None of them write their own shit. It's like, it's ridiculous. Ken, you know this, right? So this bitch gets to come here and being a Caribbean, talk about high value. She don't know nothing about high value. No one in her lineage is high value. No one in her country is high value. And she's in a high value country. This bitch think value is money. Anybody with money can have, that means anybody rich has high value. No, see, this ignorant bitch don't know that value isn't money. Value is the person, your virtue, how you conduct yourself, what you stand for, what you would die for, and how you carry yourself. These are values. Value is when a father walks in the door, the mom's happy, the kid's happy he's there. High value is when a man goes into a community and helps out. Not just by selling drugs and terrorizing and killing motherfuckers, but by doing actual things, politics and shit like that. And not only is he good in public, he's like in private too. That's real value. See, to her, a value to her is a nigga who could buy her a bag, who could buy her expensive fucking shit she'll never get in her country. See, these ignorant ass people come here and make Black American culture look mad degenerate. And it's not. It's really these immigrants coming fucking up our shit. They coming to fucking up our culture. They coming to fuck up our music. We don't go there and fuck up they shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't get to go to Jamaica and say we Jamaicans, but they can come here and say they're Black. That shit has to stop. Now, I want to sum this up. You could consider yourself a Black American, but are you Black American? Are you tied to the Emancipation Proclamation? Did your family fight in the Civil War? Did it go through civil rights, Harlem Renaissance, Jim Crow, mass incarceration? These are things that makes a Black American. It's a constant story of oppression that started from slavery. We're not African. We're Black Americans. We're not African American because we ain't been in Africa in fucking 20 generations. 1619. We no longer African because we got European blood because they raped us. Europeans raped us, and they put us with Native Americans, which we bred with. So we have and not just Europeans, it's specific Europeans. We had the French in the South. Louisiana. You had the Spaniards in Florida. You had the people from Amsterdam in New York. You had New England. You had, people from England. These are the different white groups that made us, that we intertwine with European blood. Our African blood is a bunch of different tribes from the West Coast. Our native blood is the different tribes from the East Coast of America, Oklahoma, Pawtucket, like all that. That's what. So all those things bred back to the group makes us Black American. You know what I'm saying? I can keep going on. I know it's way more shit, but I ain't got time for that. I just want to keep it short, simple. But yeah, I agree with Killer Cam. We're Black Americans. And to give credit to this movement is Dr. Claude Anderson. He started the NBA, which was the Native Black Americans. ADOS, Yvette Carnell, and Tone Talks they took that and he spinned it and made it ADOS, American Descendants of Slave. Tariq Nasheed then took that and made that into Foundational Black Americans. I just say Black American. Dr. Claude Anderson made the bomb. ADOS was the wick. Tariq blew it up. And it's what it is now. We are delineating from all groups of melanin. We're not people of color. That's not our shit. That's a separate group. We are outside of that box. We are the crayon outside the box. We are black. We don't want to be tied to black and Caribbeans. We don't want to be tied to black and Africans. We don't want to be tied to black and gay. We don't want to be tied to black and Latinos. We don't be tied to no group. We are our own entity with our own contribution, our own story, our own struggle. Now, what that's going to do is make us more potent and laser focused on our opposition, which is, first of all those groups, but secondly, white supremacy. Our goal is to get from under white supremacy. These other groups keep us in, they keep us distracted, and they fight against us. None of them agree with reparations, but they all want to get our benefits. None of them want to fight for us, but they all want to get our benefit. None of them want to say they're us until they fall from grace. And they all fuck up the leadership, and they all take leadership from Black Americans, like the BLM. Those lesbian women came into act like they're like Black Lives Matter. They came and used black. They wasn't black. They was immigrants. They infiltrated right there. You know what I'm saying? The first Harvard president, Claudine Gay, was not the first president of Harvard. She was a Haitian, and she fucked up real bad. And she didn't qualify to be there in the first place. She's a plagiarist. Kamala Harris is not the first black fucking president or vice president or first black American woman of nothing. She's not black at all. She's Jamaican and Indian. Obama is not the first black president. He's the first mulatto president, African descendant, and that's what the fuck he is. And that's how we gonna keep it. So I just want you to get a little understanding. I hope I was in this rant, but I hope this made sense for you, my nigga. And stay on code, my nigga. Peace. It's a Big Rap Podcast, man.